I mentioned in the previous video this idea that every Dagger interaction is basically just a client-server interaction at some level. So as an example, the app component class would be a server, and then the application class, or the base application class right here, would be the client. We can inject dependencies at the application level from the app component. At the view level, activities and fragments will be acting as the clients, and we'll have components acting as the services. So it's client services, client services. Client services is always a good way to think about Dagger interactions, at least in my opinion. In order to inject dependencies into an activity, we essentially need to mark the activity as a potential client. And that's what I'm going to work on in this video. You can't just randomly sort of inject things into anything. You have to make sure, you have to tell Dagger that something can be injected into, or something, dependencies can be put into that location, basically. So that's what we're going to work on here. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to actually change main activity. So I'm right clicking, going to refactor. You actually can't see it because the window goes off, but I'm just clicking on rename, and I'm going to rename this auth activity. And I'm going to show you why in just a second here. Also, I'm going to rename activity main. So I'm going to refactor, rename. You can't see that, but I just clicked on rename, and I'm going to change this to activity auth. The reason I'm doing that, I'll pull up the diagram and let you know, because the first activity that's going to launch when the application starts is auth activity. Main activity is going to be the one that hosts profile fragment and post fragment, but we're going to work on that later. So auth activity is the first kind of step in this in the application lifetime. So if you have any experience with Dagger, usually what you would do if you wanted to inject into activities or inject activities and use activities as clients is you would build an inject method, void inject, and I would say main activity, or I guess we got rid of main activity, but we'd say like auth activity, and then we would inject that, and we'd have to implement a couple interfaces, do a bunch of things. There was a bunch of steps involved, basically. But since we're using Dagger on Android and we're using the Dagger Android dependencies, this process has been simplified. And it's really excellent, I think, compared to the old way of doing things. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to create a new Dagger class inside the DI package. And this class is going to be called Activity Builders Module. And inside this, I guess I never told you what a module is. This is going to be a Dagger module. So I'm annotating this with @module. And what modules are is there, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing here. They're a place for dependencies, I guess, to live, for things to live, and then you can add them to the components. So just like right here, I specified a module, the Android support injection module. I'm also going to now add the activity builders module, which I just created. So basically I'm telling the component, hey, here is all the modules that you're going to need to do what I want you to do, basically. So now inside of this activity builders module, I need to let Dagger know that auth activity is a potential client that I can inject into. And I need to make this abstract. So these classes need to be abstract. Any of the ones that you use the annotate, the contributes Android injector annotation need to be abstract. And I'm also creating an abstract method. I'm going to go auth activity. I'm going to go contribute auth activity. This is just a convention. All of the naming here is just convention. This could be literally anything. Doesn't matter what that is. The important thing is that it's abstract and that it returns an object of type auth activity. So obviously this needs to be abstract because this is abstract. And that's pretty much it. So in the past, there was a lot more things you needed to do with the old Dagger, the one that isn't meant for Android. But this is all I need to do to let Dagger know that auth activity is a potential client. I don't even need to go into auth activity and inject anything. In the past, you needed to go into the onCreate method and go Android injector dot, or was it Android? It was something Android injection dot inject, and then you need to inject it. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do literally anything. You used to have to implement a special interface. I don't have to do anything. This is now ready to go. Auth activity is a potential client that I can inject dependencies into. And since I can now inject dependencies into it, I'm going to declare one and just kind of give you an example. So this isn't going to be part of the regular kind of code and course flow, but I want to show you an example before we move forward. So I'm going to use the @provides annotation. I know you don't know what that is yet. Don't worry about it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm declaring a dependency right now, and I'm going to inject this dependency into auth activity so that you can see that it is working. So this is a test string is what I'm going to say. I'm just basically declaring a static string dependency that I can use in my my activities, my fragments, my whatever. And now I'm going to come into auth activity and I'm going to inject that dependency. It doesn't matter what I name it. The only thing that matters is that it's a string type. So I can just say some string. But like I said, it doesn't matter what I name it. It could literally be anything. I'll leave it that just so I can show you that it doesn't matter what it's named. And I'm going to do log D, and I'm going to print out that string. So tgdfhdf, and of course I need to type log T at the top to get that tag, and there we go. And there's actually one thing I forgot to do. If we are using the contributes Android injector annotation, we also need to extend by a special class. We need to extend by DaggerAppCompatActivity. And like I said, if we were using the old Dagger methods, the methods that aren't specific to Android, we'd have to be implementing a special interface. We'd have to call Android injection.inject and then inject the activity. But we don't have to do all that because we're using these special classes. And if you actually hold down Control and hover over that, you can see that it says extends AppCompatActivity, implements has fragment injector, and has support fragment injector. So those are the interfaces that I was talking about that we would need to use. So lots of really convenient stuff, just that makes our life easier. So now if I run this and I choose a device, we should see the log output, that string that I created here. This is a test string. We should see that printed to the log. So I'm going to open up the logcat. I'm going to clear the log. Oh, looks like I cleared it too soon. I got to run it again. Or I cleared it too late, I mean. So there's the app running again. And then we have onCrate being called, and it says this is a test string. So we've successfully injected our very first dependency. And just keep in mind, this isn't how you would normally do it. This is not how you would structure it. I wouldn't put the provides method inside of the activity builders module, but this is just an example to show you that our first injection is working properly. And before I move forward, I just also want to mention that as we move forward and you add more activities to your projects, you always will have to declare the activities inside of this activity builders module class. So if you had 10 activities, you would add 10 contributes Android injectors, and you would add them just like this. But you're going to see more examples later on because we're going to be adding another activity. We're going to be adding fragments to the activity. We're going to be adding subcomponents, modules within subcomponents, lots of stuff. So if you're worried, if you're concerned, if you're confused, don't worry. There's going to be lots more examples as we move forward.